And let's go ahead and get in here. These boxes are not coming with the QC Kizer Pass, so that's new. Just an observation there, right? Passing quality check. That's a good sign. These all just dropped on February 1st, so they should be available right now as of the time of the video. We got the fixed blade there. This model is called the Splinter, right? We got the Kydex sheath right there. We have a wiping cloth and some paperwork with the silica gel. Cornell Kiss design, D2 steel on the blade with a gray stone wash finish and a G10 handle. It is going to be a little bit over 3 inches at 3.15 inches. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, bada bing, bada boom. We're going to come back to the Kydex sheath in just a moment. Let's take a look at the fixed blade first. And first impressions here, I'm going to give it a nice little wipe. Got some oils and things like that. Usual from, first time unboxing. And we'll go ahead and remove the safety tip here in the front. Let's go ahead and break it down a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. We have a drop point blade here with a flat grind. We said this one is D2 steel. Loving the gray stone wash finish on it. And I'm liking what Kizer is doing with their new plunge grind situation. They're just doing dedicated plunge grinds. We actually saw this on one of their newest release, the Aegis T, which we're going to compare all at the end here, put them all side by side so you get an idea of the entire Kizer drop for February. But yeah, that's a great solution. You're not going to develop a smile anytime soon. The only smile you're going to develop is in your face as you use and enjoy the knife more and more. We're looking at green G10 handles here with 2 tones, right? Got the green, got a little bit of a tan color. Then we have the full tan construction. I'll double check on their website. They have been doing some skeletonized tanks in the previous models for weight reduction and things like that. Looks like we have OTA hardware here, and there's even a little bit of design language to the G10, right? Like this portion is flat, this one's more like a little crease here in the middle, if you would. We do have a lanyard solution back there, lanyard hole, jimping underneath and also in the back of the handle. That's nice. Then we also have a good ton of jimping here on the blade itself, so that is sweet. Let's go ahead and check the ergos. Oh man, come on. This is as hand melting of ergos as you're gonna get. I'll tell you what, average size hands with 4-finger grip, still a little bit of a handle left here. This curvature is perfect, right, for being a finger guard. The edge is gonna be quite lower than the handle, so that's also nice. And this little curvature here locks in your index and middle finger, and then your ring and pinky follow suit. That just feels really nice on hand. I'll tell you what, good belly there for tabletop cutting. If you're doing some slicing and dicing, this one should definitely deliver in that department with no issues whatsoever. Looking like a good medium-sized fixed blade for sure. Very straightforward. Good jimping there for the thumb to land multiple places. However you slice it and dice it, right? Your thumb is gonna have good jimping there to grip onto. And I'm gonna go a solid 10 out of 10 on the ergos, right? No pocket clip in sight, obviously. It's a fixed blade, so the ergos are just as good as it really gets, honestly. So that's looking good. We have the, of course, budget Kydex sheath. Kizer always does a pretty good job building these really nicely. This is the adjustment screw here. Sometimes it comes a little loose. All you have to do is tighten it or loosen it up a little bit, depending on how tight or loose you want your lock-in experience to be, right? When you Kydex your knife, when you sheath your knife or take it out. It is rocking their very common and popular by now spring-loaded button clip here. This one is very adjustable, right? It looks like you could do backpack carry here horizontally, or you could put it on your belt for a vertical carry as well. You also have, and I wanted to mention this from a different video, you have different holes here. So you have this distance here that works perfectly for it to be mounted this way, but this distance from here to here is basically should be the same distance from here to here. So if you want to technically mount it right here on these 2 holes, you should be able to. You would just move the hardware over to one of these middle holes, or even smack in the middle. You also have that option there with those other 2 holes. So plenty of options, very, very flexible on however it is you want to set it up for your personal taste. Going into the sheath, oh yeah, very nice clicky, no rattle of any kind. That's nice. And then, yeah, on the release, yeah, that's a very solid release right there. Doesn't destroy your thumb, just feels just right, right? And obviously the knife is not going to be coming out there anytime soon. You have to be intentional on the release in order to be able to retrieve it here from the sheath. So that goes in pretty good, comes out very nicely. And again, you can always adjust it with this screw right there. So far so good. The Splinter kind of reminds me of the character, right? The rat, the mutant rat from Ninja Turtles. Their teacher, if you would, Splinter. I just recently played Shredder's Revenge. If you know that game, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's exactly what Splinter comes to mind. There are going to be some different options on this one. We're going to have AEBL steel with a black G10 and a satin finish. We are also going to have AEBL with a black stone wash AEBL steel. And then there's the green G10 we're looking at here with the D2 blade. Those are the 3 different models. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.